Oh, Masterlock, 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 you tried so hard and you drove me to more drink. This is a padlock that is designed for disabled people, disabled kids. I mean, the little advertising video that comes with it is got some, school kid sticking on a locker, etc. And at first glance, this is a fantastic idea. It is low security 4-pin master lock thing, and it comes with these sort of overmolded things that you can stick on the keys. They feel quite flimsy, but actually they're not bad. When you stick a key in there, they're quite robust, and the idea isn't bad. So it's mounted on a locker. You put the key in, and twisting it does nothing. You have to push it, and the idea is you can then pivot it. You hold onto that and pivot it, and then you've got this wonderful groove here, which is nice and big, so you can, if you can't really see, or if you've got poor dexterity, you can just index the key in there, slide it down, and it gets guided into the keyhole. I think that's a great idea. Masterlock, to their credit, don't advertise this as a high security lock, and it's not. I mean, but it's actually quite cheap for a low security lock. It's probably overpriced, but it's low volume. They've obviously put quite a bit of R&D in there. They've probably engaged with the communities that they're trying to serve. It's about 20 quid, something like that. If you've got someone who's got disabilities for life, they can take this, probably, given it's a master lock and it's going to be fairly robust on the inside, the stand up to our picking attempts, they can probably take this from, all the way through school to work, etc, etc. So it's, hopefully will last a long time. Not in my hands, and you can see how dented this is, and I've only had it an hour or so. Anyway, I thought it'd be an interesting picking challenge. I only bought it because I thought it'd be interesting to see how we have to tension it, if there's any weirdness, because you have to push it in. And certainly if you choose the wrong rake, any of these things, or an S rake, that sort of thing, you have to be really precise with your tension. Too much and it'll lock the whole thing up, too little and it's a master lock, so nothing happens. But unfortunately, if you get the correct rake, there we go, and you can do that a hell of a lot smoother than I just did. But of course, I mean, is this just a function of the very, very shitty bitting on this particular lock? Unfortunately, when someone's done that, it doesn't actually reset properly, and the key isn't capable of doing it either. You can reset it with the rake. I think what's happening is the pins, because they're sliding along, eventually one of them sort of locks up, almost like a trap pin, and stops it going any further. And again, you pick it all the way forward, and then on the way back, it just doesn't quite line up. That's a really shitty way of describing that. What's worse though is you can actually achieve the same thing, albeit with a little more wiggling around with a pointy stick, which is what vicious little school kids are probably gonna have access to. So given the shit disabled kids get at school, it would be nice if it wasn't pickable with a pointy stick, because they do get targeted by dickhead kids. That said, the rest of it, as usual, Masterlock has put a bit of thought into it, and it's just the core that lets it down. Oh, well, that kept me busy for like an hour, maybe less. I've done this video about 3 times. Was it worth the money?